Morning everyone. Today I am going to start your first chapter of civics, that is the Indian Constitution. In this chapter we will see the meaning of Constitution and some key features of Indian Constitution. Okay, so first of all we will see the meaning of Constitution. A constitution is a set of rules that guides how a country, state or other political organizations will work. Okay, means it highlighted all those guidelines according to which any country, state or the political organization will work or functions. Okay, we can also say that a constitution is the supreme law of a country containing fundamental rules governing the politics and society in a country. Okay, in short we can say that it is a set of rules according to which the government of a country functions. Okay, now we will see some key features of Indian Constitution. Students, this is the most important topic of this chapter. In this topic we will see what are the key features of Indian Constitution. So the first feature of Indian Constitution is that we having a concept of federalism. Okay, federalism is a form of government in which there is a existence of more than one level of government. Okay, we can say that a federal form of government is that government in which the powers are divided among the governments at different levels, as most of the federations of the world they having two levels of the government, but as we all know that India is a vast country, so here we have three levels of the government, that is central government, state government and local self government. Okay, this is also called vertical power sharing. Okay, so here you can see that the powers are divided among the governments at different levels. Okay, so we can say that federalism is a form of government in which there is the existence of more than one level of government. Here I have given you three levels. Okay, now the second point is parliamentary form of government. Means the second key feature of Indian Constitution is that we have parliamentary form of government. It means that the people of a country play a direct role in electing their representatives to run the administration of a country. Means in parliamentary form of government we have two houses, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and people through the principle of universal adult franchise they have right to elect their representatives directly by casting their votes. Okay, or they have also power to change them if they are not working according to the wishes of the people. Okay, so the third point is separation of powers. Under this, the Indian Constitution, there are three organs of the government, that is legislature, executive and judiciary. Students, you have to read all these things in your class 9th and 10th also, so please see these topics very carefully, as these topics are very important, not in context of class 8th but also for class 9th and 10th. So the third point is separation of power. Under this, in Indian Constitution there are three organs of the government, that is legislature, executive and judiciary. Now we will see their functions. Legislature it includes our parliament, means it makes the laws. Okay, and laws are made in parliament. Parliament have the authorities to make the laws or to make some amendments in the laws. So it is called legislature. Okay, and it having the responsibility to make the laws for the country. Okay, the next one is executive, that is government. Okay, the party who is in power or ruling over the country, that party is play a role of executive. Means at present BJP is in rule, so BJP is playing the role of executive. Okay, so the function of executive is the implementation of those laws which were framed by the legislature. Okay, the third is judiciary. Okay. Judiciary refers to the system of courts in the country in order to prevent the misuse of power by any branch of the government, that is legislature, executive and judiciary. This is also called horizontal distribution of power. Okay, so in the third point, that is separation of powers, we have seen that there are three important organs of the Indian governments, that is legislature, executive and judiciary, and they perform these functions. Legislature makes the laws, executive implements those laws, and judiciary just refer to the courts of the country who having the responsibility to prevent the misuse of power by any branch of the government. Okay, the fourth key feature of Indian Constitution is that we having the concept of secularism. Okay, means India is a secular country. So the thing which make India a secular state is the Indian Constitution does not officially promote any one religion as the state religion. Okay, India does not have any official religion of its own. Means here all the religions are treated equally and with due respect. Okay, so in this context we can say that India is a secular country. A secular country is that country which does not have any religion, of its own. So here India also does not have any religion of its own. Here all the religions are treated equally. So India is a secular country. This is the very important feature of our constitution. Okay, now the last one is fundamental rights. Students, it is very important topic also. Okay, so fundamental rights are those basic rights which are guaranteed to each and every citizen of India irrespective of his caste, religion or sect. Okay, these rights protects the citizens against the absolute exercise of powers by the states. Okay, actually fundamental rights are those basic rights which were provided by our constitution to each and every citizen for the fullest and all around development of his life. Okay, with the help of these rights each and every citizen of India can lead the fullest development of his or her life. Each and every person who is the citizen of India have these fundamental rights. Okay, now we will see the fundamental rights mentioned in our constitution. Okay, so there are 6 fundamental rights in our constitution. The first fundamental right is right to equality. Okay, so under right to equality, each and every citizen of India is equal before the law. Means these are certain rights which comes under right to equality. The first one is equality before law. It means each and every citizen is equal before the law irrespective of his status or his religion. Okay, it means if two persons they committed the same crime, they will be punished accordingly, means according to the law. There will be no discrimination. Okay, the next one is no discrimination on the basis of religion, caste and sex. Every person has access to all public places like playgrounds, temples, mosques, hospitals, educational institutions. Okay, so this is your first fundamental rights, that is right to equality, under which we have equality before law, no discrimination on the basis of religion, caste and sex, and every person has access to all public places. Now we will see the next fundamental right, that is right to freedom. Okay, so under right to freedom, freedom of speech and expression is guaranteed to each and every citizen. Okay, means each and every citizen of India have right to express himself. Okay, and they have right to form association, right to move freely with and resides in any part of the country, and they have freedom to practice any profession, occupation and business. So under right to freedom, each and every citizen of a country have right to speech and expression, they have right to form the associations, they can move freely within the country, and they can resides in any part of the country. Okay, the next is right against exploitation, शोषण के विरुद्ध अधिकार. Okay, so under this right, prohibition on human trafficking, मानव तस्करी जो होता है, is banned. Okay, forced labor and employment of children under the age group of 14 years. Okay, it is strictly banned. The students, if you having the NCERT books, please see these topics in your book also. It will help you to understand these topics in better way. So if you having the book, please go through the book also. Okay, now we will see the next right, and the next right is right to freedom of religion. Okay, so under this right, every citizen has the right to practice, profess and propagate the religion of their choice. Means as we have read a while that India is a secular country where all the religions are treated equally. So under right to freedom of religion, each and every citizen has right to practice, profess on or propagate the religion of his or her choice. Okay, the next one is cultural and educational rights. Under this right, all the minorities, either the religious or the linguistic means होता है on the basis of language, means there are some group who spoke different types of languages and they are considered as minors. Okay, so under cultural and educational rights, all minorities, that is religious or linguistic, can set up their own educational institutions in order to preserve and develop their culture. Means under your fifth fundamental right, that is cultural and educational right, all the minorities, either the religious or the linguistic, they have right to set up the educational institution in order to preserve and develop their own culture. Okay, now we will see your last fundamental right, that is right to constitutional remedies. The sixth right is the most important right in these fundamental rights, as this right protects your above 5 rights. Okay, so we will see what is right to constitutional remedies. Students, under right to constitutional remedies, if any citizen of India, he or she feels that his or her fundamental rights are violated by the state or some individuals, he or she have right to approach the High Court or the Supreme Court directly. Means this right allows the citizens to move the court if they believe that any of their fundamental rights have been violated. Okay, so I hope you all are able to understand what I have taught you. So we have seen here that what is constitution and its meaning. We read that constitution is a set of rules. Students, in your NCERT book they have given you so many examples, so if you having the books, please see those examples. It will help you to understand the meaning of constitution. Actually it is a set of rules. So rules are very important. You can imagine they have given you the examples of sports or the games like the football or the cricket, in which we see there are so many rules. So you can imagine that if there is no rule, means if the game or the administration is done on the basis of no rule formula, so it will be very difficult to make a true judgment of anything. So it is very important in our life that there should be the existence of some rules. So you just please go through those examples also. It will also help you. Thank you. I hope you all are able to understand what I have taught you, but still if you having any problem you can ask me personally. Okay, and do the work. Please do all those exercises or the question answers which I have already given you in your WhatsApp group. Okay, I will assign a day on which I will see your work. So you do your work properly and be serious. Okay, thank you.